Hello and welcome to Unique Discoveries with Meera, your very own cozy corner where you and I will have conversations about the uniqueness in you, one discovery at a time. Hi, I am Meera. I am communications coach. I train people on soft skills and spoken English. However, that profile has changed over the last 6 years. I'm a full time mommy to a 6-year-old daughter who is a powerhouse. So my priorities changed over the last 6 years. And honestly, the last 6 years have taught me more than an entire corporate career before that. So I'm here to share certain experiences that I have, some studies that I have conducted in my own space, in my own life, and some things that have worked for me, some things where it has contributed to the kind of life that I'm living today. So that's what is going to happen on this channel. We will be talking about self growth, about effective solutions to everyday hustles. We will be talking about some life hacks. We will be talking about journaling, DIY projects, some home decor, home management, and much, much more. Before we dive into the topic today, what if I told you that the irritation that you feel, the fatigue that you feel has nothing to do with how much you do, but everything to do with how you process your emotions within. Is that something that interests you? Stay tuned till the end because I'm going to discuss with you five very, very effective tools to help you build this very strong, positive mental attitude. Now, as we go through our day, हम जैसे जैसे हमारी जिंदगी जीते हैं रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में हम काफी लोगों से मिलते हैं, हम काफी सिचुएशंस फेस करते हैं, कुछ अच्छे कुछ बुरे एक्सपीरियंसेस हम गेन करते हैं। इसके साथ साथ ना हम उससे जुड़े इमोशंस जो होते हैं वो कलेक्ट करते हैं। वी गैदर द इमोशंस एंड क्योंकि हम इतना बिजी होते हैं, इन इमोशंस को हम तुरंत प्रोसेस नहीं करते, उनको हमारे दिमाग में हम स्टोर करते हैं। We store those emotions in our mind and they get translated into certain stress symptoms on our body, on the way we function, and they get translated into our reactions. हम जिस तरह से रिएक्ट करते हैं कुछ सिचुएशंस पे, ये बहुत डीपली रूटेड होता है हमारे इमोशंस के अंदर जो हमने ऑलरेडी स्टोर करके रखे हैं। मैं ये नहीं कह रही हूँ कि वो हमारे खुद के इमोशन, किसी ने कुछ कह दिया, आप किसी चीज से डिसअपॉइंट हो गए, यू हैड प्लान समथिंग बट दैट प्लान डिडंट गो थ्रू, कुछ ऐसी चीजें हुई जिसकी वजह से जो जो भी आपने सोचा था कि आज मैं ये करूंगा या आज मैं ऐसे फील करूंगी, वो चीज नहीं हुई। नोबडी वेक्स अप विद अ नेगेटिव माइंडसेट, राइट? आप सुबह सुबह उठ के ये नहीं सोचते कि आज मैं गुस्से में रहने वाली हूँ या आज मैं सैड ही रहने वाली हूँ। कुछ चीजें ऐसी होती है जिसकी वजह से आपके दिन का आउटकम जो है वो वैसा निकल आता है। इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप नेगेटिव इंसान हो। उस दिन या उस पल आप नेगेटिव फील कर रहे हो, इट कैन बी एनी रीजन। रीजन आपका इंटरनल सोचने का तरीका हो सकता है या ऐसा कुछ है जो बाहर की जिंदगी में या किसी किसी से रिलेटेड हो सकता है, बट नो वन वेक्स अप विद अ नेगेटिव माइंडसेट। सो व्हाट डू वी डू व्हेन सच थिंग्स हैपन? हम उन अनप्रोसेस्ड इमोशंस को जब प्रोसेस करते हैं, वी कैन लुक बैक एंड सी कि क्या कोई एक ऐसा पैटर्न बन रहा है जिसकी वजह से इस सिचुएशन में मैं ऐसे बिहेव करती हूँ, या ये मेरा ट्रिगर है, या कोई ऐसी चीज है जो मुझे बहुत ज्यादा इफेक्ट करती है। लेकिन उस वक्त उस पल का क्या, उस पल के साथ डील करने के लिए देयर इज अ कॉन्सेप्ट कॉल्ड पॉजिटिव मेंटल एटीट्यूड। व्हाट इज पॉजिटिव मेंटल एटीट्यूड? मैं साइंटिफिक टर्म्स में नहीं जाने वाली हूं बिकॉज इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट। ह्यूमन माइंड इज एन अनडिस्कवर्ड एरिया। कोई भी हमारे माइंड को, हमारे ब्रेन को पूरी तरीके से समझ नहीं सका है। When I say this with all due respect to all the psychiatrists, all the psychologists, All the people who are studying human mind, they are doing a phenomenal job. But still, there are certain aspects of us, of our own personalities, which we have to discover ourselves. I am not a doctor. I'm not an expert in this field. These are simply my experiments, my learnings, my experiences, which I would like to share with you on this platform. So, positive mental attitude for me is not about being positive all the time. हर वक्त हम खुश नहीं रह सकते, हर चीज को हम पॉजिटिवली नहीं देख सकते. There will be negative emotions which will creep in. Sometimes we will be judgmental. Sometimes we will not like something. Sometimes we will be able to see things more clearly. Sometimes our mind will be fogged. So every time we cannot be enthusiastic and happy and, you know, dancing around in green pastures. You will come across challenges, you will come across negative situations, you will come across situations that drain you out emotionally, which make you unstable mentally. It will all happen. It is life. Positive mental attitude is when you are able to see these situations, you collect the feelings that you collect from them, you process them the right way, and you respond to those situations rather than reacting to them. For example, a 5-year old child breaks an expensive artifact while playing. There are two outcomes. You yell at that child, "Did you know how expensive that was?" That's a reaction. Second, "Oh, it's okay, it was a mistake. Let's clean it up and let's see how we can fix it." That's a response. When we react, it is possible that we can escalate the situation further. There is a lot of overwhelm and a lot of emotion that will happen. But when we respond, we de escalate the situation. Both the child as well as you are at peace with whatever happened. I know you lost an important item, but you did not lose the trust, the love that you feel for that child. That is positive mental attitude. Now, I did not learn it overnight, neither was I born with it. Believe me, I can be judgmental if I want to be. I can be nasty to someone if I want to be. But I have practiced it over the last few years. I have learned to train my mind to be in that mindset. And here are the 5 things that help me get there. Technique number one. Technique number one is called setting intentions. What are intentions? Intention is not a wishful thinking. Intention is starting with the why. अगर मैं एक नया नोटबुक खरीदती हूँ और उसमें रैंडमली लिखना शुरू कर देती हूँ, उस नोटबुक का पर्पस क्या है? लेकिन अगर मैं नोटबुक खरीदते वक्त ये सोचती हूँ कि मैं ये नोटबुक क्यों यूज करने वाली हूँ, उस नोटबुक को एक पर्पस मिल जाता है. जब मैं मेरे फैमिली के लिए खाना बनाती हूँ, खाना बना दो, खिला दो, काम हो गया. लेकिन खाना बनाते वक्त मेरे दिमाग में एक इंटेंशन होता है कि ये जो मील है वो मेरी फैमिली को नरिश करने वाला है. It is going to fulfill their hunger and they're going to feel good about it, which in turn makes me feel good about putting efforts into that meal. That is intention for me. So when I do something and I know why I am doing it or I establish the purpose of that particular action, that is setting intention. मुझे फिट रहना है, इसलिए मुझे डाइट फॉलो करना है, इसलिए मुझे एक्सरसाइज करनी है. तो माय इंटेंशन इज टू स्टे फिट, टू कीप माय बॉडी इन अ गुड शेप. So those are intentions. Intention can be set for every day. आप सुबह उठ के ये सोचो कि आज का मेरा दिन कैसा होना चाहिए, क्यों मुझे मेरे दिन के एंड में एक पर्टिकुलर रिजल्ट चाहिए. And believe me, when you start with the why in your mind, every action that you take gets a purpose. I have a very simple process. I set intentions for the whole year. It sets the mood of how I begin my goal setting process and how I go through managing those goals, because the intention of why I am doing it is clear. I set intentions for एवरी मंथ कि उस महीने में मेरे जो डिफरेंट एरियाज ऑफ लाइफ है उसमें हाउ डू आई वांट टू गो अहेड, what outcome do I want from those areas of life, and how I want to process that information. I set intentions for a week. I set intentions every day. Every morning I wake up, I give myself time to calm down, and I think of how I want to live that day. What do I want out of that day? And that sets the right intentions. So you can pick your style. I usually write it down in my journal, but it can be something that you do mentally as well. Technique number two, I call it the I am moment. किसी इंटरव्यू में मैंने शाहरुख खान को कहते हुए सुना था कि उन्हें किसी इंटरव्यूअर ने पूछा था कि यू से दैट यू आर द बेस्ट, इज दिस एरोगेंस? ही सेड नो, इट इज नॉट, इट इज द इमोशन दैट कीप्स मी गोइंग. He wakes up every day and he tells himself that I am the king, I am best, I am the superstar. And that is the emotion that he carries throughout the day. It reflects in whatever he does, it reflects in his interactions, it reflects in his work, it reflects in everything, it reflects in his being. He is so confident within himself. This confidence comes from something we call as positive affirmations. There are different techniques of going through positive affirmations. You can have sticky notes on the mirror that you see every morning, maybe in your washroom or on your wardrobe, where you write down things like I am smart, I am enough, I am a power magnet, I attract abundance, all of those things. You can uh, find the right affirmations for yourself which are aligned to your everyday activities, which are aligned to your goals, and work through it. But it is important to remind yourself that the affirmations that you choose, you believe in them. So when I say I am smart, I am strong, I am confident, I need to believe in it. Initially you don't believe in it. It is very common for people to feel that these affirmations are not working because we don't really process things the same way every day. But slowly you start building that mindset. If I tell myself every day that I am confident, someday I am going to feel confident. And the more convincing you are to yourself when you practice affirmations, the easier it becomes for you to believe in it, to start living those affirmations. When you say I attract positivity, initially you may feel it's not working, the negative things are still happening, but slowly, steadily, you start gathering the positive emotions even when situations go downhill. That is the power of affirmations. When I was expecting, I used to practice guided affirmation where I would play this audio and I would just follow those affirmations through, like repeating after the person in the audio. It was a little meditative, it was very therapeutic because a lot of changes happen in your life during that time. I was trying to keep a very positive mindset so that I feel stronger, I feel ready for the next phase of my life, which was motherhood. And these guided affirmations have helped me stay on track. It helped me look at this change in a very positive way and, in turn, be very happy and positive about the entire process of having the baby and raising her now. So that's how affirmations help me. So find your affirmations and you could listen to them, say it out loud every day, look into the mirror and say it to yourself. You could have it written down somewhere where you read them every day. You could have a poster made, and you use it as a phone wallpaper or your desktop wallpaper, and you just keep it somewhere where you see it, where you come across it, you you read them, you listen to them, and soon you start living them as well. So that is what positive affirmations are. Technique number 3, being thankful. Gratitude. Gratitude is a very, very powerful tool to attract more positivity in your life. There is a story. एक दिन एक फकीर थे, और वो जंगल में जाते थे, और वो खुदा से बात करते थे, वो गॉड से कॉन्वर्सेशंस करते थे। तो जब लोगों को ये चीज पता चली, तो काफी लोग उनके पास अपने सवाल लेके आते थे. They used to ask him the questions that bothered them. He used to go into the forest, ask God all those questions, get answers, and give those answers to the concerned people. This was going on for a long time. एक दिन उनको एक बहुत ही अमीर इंसान मिले. बूढ़े इंसान थे, लेकिन वो बहुत अमीर थे. So much so that 7 generations did not have to work uh, because he had gathered so much wealth. He asked this fakir, "Ke I have everything. I have wealth. I have good children. My business is booming. I cannot ask for anything else. But God still keeps giving me. Can you ask God why is He so happy with me, and why does God keep giving me all these things? When will all of this stop?" The fakir said, "ठीक है, मैं पूछ लेता हूँ." कुछ देर चलने के बाद उनको एक बहुत ही गरीब इंसान मिला, जिसके 2 वक्त के खाने के भी इश्यूज थे. उसने उनको बहुत गुस्से से पूछा, "आप भगवान से बात करते हो ना, जाके पूछो अपने भगवान को कि मुझे खाना क्यों नहीं देता." He said, "ठीक है, पूछता हूँ." He went into the forest, he followed his rituals, and finally he started having conversations with the god. And when he came back, he had a very interesting answer for both of them. He first met the poor fellow, जो गुस्से में था कि उसे 2 वक्त की रोटी भी बहुत मुश्किल से मिलती है. उसने पूछा, बताया आपके भगवान ने कि मुझे खाना खाना पीना क्यों नहीं मिलता, कब मिलेगा मुझे पैसा? फकीर बाबा ने उससे कहा, तुम बड़े नाशुक्रे हो. भगवान कुछ ना कुछ करके तुम्हें 1 वक्त की रोटी तो दे देता है, तुम्हारी भूख मिटा देता है, लेकिन तुम कभी उसको धन्यवाद नहीं कहते, तुम कभी उसको थैंक यू नहीं कहते. अगर तुम उसे थैंक यू कहोगे तो उसको ऐसे लगेगा कि चलो इसे और खाना दिया जाए, ये शुक्रगुजार है कि उसे जो मिल रहा है उसके लिए. तुम उसका शुक्रिया अदा नहीं करते, वो तुम्हें और अपॉर्चुनिटीज और चीजें नहीं देता. अब वो गए सेठ जी के पास. सेठ जी ने उनको बड़े प्यार से पूछा कि क्या बताया भगवान ने कि ये सारा जो चीजें मुझे मिल रही है वो कब रुकेंगी, मेरे लिए इनफ है? उन्होंने कहा, आप शुक्रिया अदा करना रोक दो, चीजें अपने आप रुक जाएंगी. इट इज अ वेरी डीप थॉट. अगर आप शुक्रिया अदा करोगे, तो जो यूनिवर्स है, भगवान है, जो शक्ति आप मानते हो, वो आपको और देगी. अगर आप शुक्रिया अदा नहीं करोगे, तो आपको कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. So being grateful, being thankful for whatever you have, whatever little things, it helps in building a very strong mental attitude, which is very positive. There is nothing that can question your that feeling of gratitude. But when you feel thankful, when you feel grateful, God wants to give you more. The universe wants to give you more. Think about it. It's a very powerful technique, gratitude. Technique number 4. This is something that I have been doing ever since I was in college. कुछ लोग इसे टू डू लिस्ट कहते हैं, कुछ लोग इसे टास्क लिस्ट कहते हैं. आई जस्ट कॉल इट अ ब्रेन डंप. होता क्या है कि when we live through our life, we there are certain things that we do very easily. It comes easily to us. अगर आज मुझे उठ के खाना बनाने के लिए कोई कहे, मैं 500 लोगों का खाना भी बहुत इजीली बना सकती हूँ. लेकिन कोई मुझे क्लीन करने के लिए कहे मेरा घर, मुझसे नहीं होता. It's a very difficult task for me. It takes a lot of time for me to even get into the mood कि मुझे आज क्लीनिंग करना है. तो कुछ चीजें होती है जो बहुत इजीली हो जाती है, कुछ चीजें होती है जिसमें आपको सीरियसली एफर्ट डालना पड़ रहा है. योर ब्रेन गोज ऑन एन ओवरड्राइव. what how do I process this, how do I work around these, is very simple. I dump it out on a piece of paper. मेरी एक डायरी है, मेरा एक प्लेन सिंपल नोटबुक है, where I literally write down everything that I feel I am going to do the next day, the next week or next month. How this helps? जब मैं ये सारी चीजें लिख देती हूँ, when I dump it on a piece of paper, there are two things that happen. मेरे माइंड को, मेरे दिमाग को पता है कि ये चीजें सेफ है. आई नो दैट दीज थिंग्स विल रिमेन with me no matter what. And my mind is now free to think about solutions to those things. It is free to plan on how I am going to, accomplish all those things. So that is how important brain dump is. Things that you could do, things that you want to finish, things that you want to start, things that you want to buy, movies that you want to watch, shows that are upcoming, any outing plans that you want to do, parties that you want to plan. When you list all these things out, your brain is practically free to think about other things that are happening with you. It is free to reflect on other things. You can think about creative solutions. You can think about what next will your plan of action be. You can think about how you're going to establish a certain goal, how you're going to fulfill a certain goal. So all of this happens when your mind is free, and brain dump is a tool to free up your mind. So these are the top four, or the four daily habits that I have been using so far to make sure that my day goes on with a lot of clarity, which helps in building a very positive mindset. Now, before I move into the fifth uh, technique, I want you to look at the subscribe button there and click on it, because that subscribe button tells me that you are interested in my content. If you can just click on the like button, leave a comment for me telling how you feel these videos are going, it would be really, really a big help. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications so that you know whenever I upload a video, and you can be a part of this journey of discovering new things every day. Technique number 5. Technique number 5 is a rather difficult one for many of us. It is called mindful consumption of everything. It is not just the diet. You can be really mindful about your diet, thinking what to eat, how much to eat, counting your calories, monitoring your water intake, uh, having your spa water, and all those things. You can be extremely mindful about the products that you use, the the products that you use on your skin, which is going to get absorbed in. You can be very mindful about all the material things. What happens when you take your phone and you start scrolling? What happens is, if you see a particular reel or a particular video, your social media platforms work magically and they keep pushing those type of videos to you. So if you watch a recipe, you will get a lot of food related content to watch. If you watch a movie review, you will get a lot of movie related content, entertainment related content. That is exactly why you need to be mindful about what is going in your mind as well. Quite a few times we take our phone just for 5 minutes, and it turns into a whole 2 hours of mindless scrolling. It happens to everyone. It happens to me. It happens to my husband. The other day, he asked me to send a message to someone, and I picked up my phone intentionally to send a message. But then there was another message on the phone which I clicked, and I ended up having a 15 minutes conversation with someone else and not sending the message that I initially wanted to. These are distractions. This is a very important source from where a lot of emotions are collected. A lot of your feelings are based on what you watch, what you hear. So we have to, when we decide that you want to be mindful about what you're watching, the first thing you do is you delete the history out of all these social media platforms and you start fresh. You intentionally search or watch or consume the kind of content that you feel would help you stay positive, that you feel good about, and the algorithm will push that kind of content to you. Try it out for a few days. Also, a good idea would be to time yourself. So whenever you feel that urge for, mindless scrolling, or you're free doing nothing, rather than picking up your phone or going on social media, you could just do something else which will give you happiness. So these are the 5 techniques that I practice on an everyday basis. I go through my day practicing all of these at different times, and it helps me build an environment in my own space, in my own mind, where I am ready to respond to situations in a more positive way. I am not saying that this mindset will happen overnight. But even if you tried for a few days and you see a difference, following these habits or following these techniques is worth a try. So please leave a comment down below and tell me what else would you like for me to discuss with you so that you can discover the uniqueness in you, one discovery at a time. With that, I'm going to sign off for today. Stay tuned for more such videos, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel Unique Discoveries with Meera, where you and I will discover the uniqueness in you, one discovery at a time.